Hi, little learners. So, once again, we are back at your own learning platform, Learn Forward, and your grammar buddy Mini is right here with your book, The Grammar Hub, from Feather Caps for grade 5. And today we'll be starting chapter 12 of your book that says more about verbs. And what are we going to learn here? Tenses. Yes, you know about present, past, and future. We'll be learning more in this chapter today. Let's start the journey. Adverbs, they add. Adverbs. That means they add, they modify verbs. What else do they modify? They modify adjectives. Very good. And one more thing, they modify some other adverb also, right? Right? So adverbs, they modify verbs, they modify adjectives, and they modify adverbs. Means they tell you something more about any of these three. And then we did the different kinds of adverbs. Let's quickly recall what were the different kinds. Yes, adverb of manner, place, good, time. What next? Okay, degree. Very good. The next you have already said, frequency. And one more we did, that are interrogative adjectives. Very good. Right? So these are the 6 kinds of adverbs that we have learned. Okay, let's quickly tell. Manner gives you an answer to which question? How? Then place, where, time, when. Very good. Degree, to what extent you can say, or how much. Okay. And frequency, when we come to frequency, it is how often. That means it shows the repetition, how often, at what interval is the action repeated. And then interrogatives themselves are question words. That's a quick recall of adverbs that we have learned till now. And one important thing that we'll learn here is the difference between adverbs and adjectives. Let us try to understand in short what is the difference. What are adverbs? We have just understood, recalled that adverbs, they tell you more about verb, adverb or adjective. And what are adjectives? Can you recall? What do they tell you about? Good. They tell you about a noun or a pronoun. But adverbs tell you about this, verbs, adjectives or adverb. Now, just like I said, a word cannot be put in any particular category. Like when we did transitive and intransitive verbs, we found out that one particular word is not transitive or intransitive. What we have to see, we have to check its use. Similarly here, a word cannot be put, all of them cannot be put under categories that this word is adjective, this word is adverb. You just have to check the function of that word in the sentence. For example, I write a sentence, he is a fast runner. Right? And the other sentence, I say he runs fast. Now, do you see there is a common word in both these sentences? He, of course, is the subject here, the pronoun. We have used it same way. We could have although said this also. She runs fast, right? Now, they are not same. Now, coming to the rest of the sentence, is there any word that you see it's the same? Good. Fast. Fast you have here also, and you have here also. Now let us see what is the function of this word, same word in the first sentence, in the second sentence. In the first sentence, what is fast telling you about? Fast is telling you about, yes, it is telling you about runner. And what is runner? If you talk about the parts of speech, runner is a noun. Like I say, he is a doctor, she is a teacher. right? He is a scientist. So runner is also a noun. Now, when this word is telling you more about a noun, it becomes what? It becomes an adjective. So this word is playing the role of adjective in this sentence. Come to the next sentence now. He runs fast. Now, what is this word fast telling you about? It is telling you here about the verb runs. And my question will be, how does she run? Isn't it? So how? It is giving an answer to how about an action, about a verb. So now what is this word in this sentence? Perfect. That is an adverb. So this is how we make out the difference whether a word is used as an adjective or as an adverb. I hope the difference is clear to you. The only thing is you just find out what is this word describing. Is it describing a noun or a pronoun? If yes, then it is an adjective. And if it is describing a verb, an adjective or some other adverb, then of course it is an adverb. Clear? So let's see what's the difference here given in sentences. See, he runs fast. So here fast is telling you about the verb runs. And in the next, he is a fast runner. Oh, they gave the same example. So here fast is telling you about runner, and runner is a noun. So it becomes an adjective here. Come to next. Alam works hard. So how does Alam work? He works hard. It is telling you about the verb. So it is an adverb. But if I say Alam is a hard worker, then what do you say? Hard is telling about worker, which is a noun actually. So here it becomes an adjective. Similarly, it happens daily and it's a daily happening. Or if you say it's a daily newspaper. So it happens daily is telling you the frequency. When does it happen? How repeatedly it happens? So daily is an adverb here, adverb of frequency. But when you say I read a daily newspaper, or the Times of India is a daily newspaper, then that word daily is telling you about the noun newspaper. So there it becomes an adjective. The boy comes late. When does he come? So late is the adverb of time. Good. The boy is a late comer. Now here late is telling you about comer. So this tells you about a noun. That's why it is an adjective. I hope now it is clear to you what's the difference between adverbs and adjectives. So some words are given below. Pick out the adjectives and adverbs and put them in their separate column. So let's see if these words can be used as either of these or they can use as both. Let's see. Fast. So what do you say? We have already read that fast can be an adverb also, it can be an adjective also. Anyhow, because sentence is not given, so we are going to write this word in both the columns. That means the use will tell whether it is an adverb or an adjective. Let's move to the next. Beautiful. Beautiful describes noun only. If you change it into adverb, what does it become? She dresses beautifully, right? She dresses beautiful is not correct. So beautiful is just an adjective. Right? Now yesterday. Yesterday is adverb. Good. So for adverb, I am writing V. For adjective, I will write J. And you can put them in the correct columns. When? When is a question word and it will go to interrogative adverbs. Brightly. What is that? Very good. It's an adverb again. The sun shines brightly. How does it shine? So it is telling you the manner. Quite. Yes, it can be both, right? So this can be an adjective as well as an adverb. Both. Next, hard. Again, we have already read about hard. It can be both an adverb as well as an adjective. What about soon? That tells you adverb of time. That tells you about action. So this is adverb. Coward. What's that? It's the quality of somebody, some noun, isn't it? So what is it? Perfect. It's an adjective. Next, very early. What is very early? Very early. Early is, if we just look at this, early can be your adverb also, it can be your adjective also. And what about very? Whether it goes with adverb or it goes with adjective, it will be an adverb only. So this is adverb. Early can be both. Now, just like late can be an adverb as well as adjective. Coming to next, never. Adverb again, frequency. So this is adverb. Late. Again, this is adverb also and adjective also. Sour. What about sour? That tells you about a noun. So this is adjective. Slim. Perfect. That is also an adjective. Very good, adjective. Then red. Yes, again an adjective. There. What is there? It is the adverb of place, right? And up, that is again an adverb of place. So this is how you make out the difference between the two. I hope you have understood. So let's move to comparison of adverbs, the next topic. Just like we learnt about comparison of adjectives, we have 3 degrees of comparison in adverbs also. The positive degree, the comparative degree, and the superlative degree, right? The same use as it is for adjectives. Positive is used for 1, then comparative for 2, and superlative for 3. Now we must learn 3 or more. More than 2, whenever we have superlative degrees. So we must know how to form the superlative and comparative degrees with the given positive degrees of adverbs. Now here what you have to remember, children, just like we get ER, EST to make the comparative and superlative degrees respectively. If the word is ending in Y, what will you do? Very nice answer. You will be changing Y to I first before adding these words. Let's see how it happens. Fast becomes faster and fastest. So we have just added ER, EST. Soon, sooner, soonest. Near, nearer, nearest. Loud, louder, loudest. So this is when we are adding just ER here and EST here, right? But what when it ends with Y? Beautifully is, this is with more than 2 syllables, so we add more or most. But when you have Y at the end with your positive degree, you will change them into I, ER, IEST. So the adverbs where you already have ly here, there you will be adding more and most. See children, here what we are talking about ly. And I told you when the word just ends in y, there you will be changing it into IER, IEST. But if it ends in ly, you are going to add more and most. Don't make it beautifully or beautifuliest. Okay? Here the ending sound is ly, ly. So you will be making it more beautifully and most beautifully, more carefully, most carefully, right? Because here we are talking about ly ending sound, right? Please mark the difference. Kavita dances beautifully. Seema dances more beautifully than Kavita, and Rekha dances the most beautifully in the class. So this is the superlative degree, because now here we are comparing amongst all the girls in the class. Got it? Now there are some common adverbs which just change in form. They are not formed by adding anything, like well or good becomes better and best. Little becomes less, least, and much becomes more, most. These are the same forms that we have in adjectives also. The only difference is about well, right? So well is a new word that is introduced here for adverbs. He works much. Then he works more than I do. We are making comparison. And he works the most amongst all. So that is superlative degree. Now there are some adverbs like here, there, now, then, where, why, etc., for which we do not have any comparison. So they do not have any degrees, 3 degrees formation as such, right? So you just need to remember. Now, what are the patterns of comparison in adverbs? When we do not have any comparison, just like in adjectives, so we use the words as, and then in between we use the adverb like he runs as fast as she runs. That means there is no comparison between the way the boy runs and the girl runs. So they are at the balance. That's why we say he runs as fast as, which means equally. There is no comparison. Now, comparison here in adverbs, just like in adjectives, the comparisons are followed by the word than. Here it is followed by than. But what are the exceptions here? Sometimes we use to also. I climbed higher to get a better view. So we do not use the comparatives here, the word than here. This time he worked harder. That means we are making comparison with his own hard work in previously. So we are not writing anything beyond it than his previous work like that. No. So it's all implied. It's understood. So normally, just like in adjectives, we use than after the comparative degrees. Here also we use an, but exceptions are there. Okay. Now, let's do an exercise. If you have understood, write the correct form of each adverb for the following sentences. Our father arrived home dash than the rest of the family. See, a comparison is made here. Father on one side and arrival of rest of the family on the other side. So, a comparison is there. We'll be using later. Next, my sister sang, again comparative, but what do you see here? The ly sound, ending sound, right? So what will you write? My sister sang more beautifully. Perfect. And in the next, she danced gracefully of all. That means out of the whole lot, we are just picking out, choosing the one, selecting the one. So, this is which degree, children? Yes, perfect. That's superlative degree. So, what will you say? She danced the, sorry, will not use the here. She danced most gracefully of all. Next. Sam and Peter work dash of all the boys. Work hardest. Because we are making comparison between all. So this is hardest. Next, my brother is dash talented. So extremely only. There is no comparison we are making. So my brother is, this is positive degree as it is extremely talented. So the correct answers from your side shows you have understood the topic very well. Let's quickly recall what we have learnt in adverbs. What is an adverb? Adverbs, they define the verbs, they modify the adverbs, they modify the adjectives also, right? And the different types of adverbs that we have done are adverb of manner, adverb of place, adverb of time, adverb of frequency, adverb of degree, and then the last but not the least, interrogative adverbs, in which adverb of manner gives an answer to question how, time gives an answer to when, place gives an answer to where, degree gives an answer to what extent, how much the action is done. Is it completed? Sometimes we say, my work is almost complete. So from the conversation, we can realize that it's not complete yet. It is almost, that means it is towards completion, but still not completed, right? So that gives to what extent, how much is it completed? Not yet, right? So that is the adverb of degree. Then we have the adverb of frequency that tells you how often the action is done, how often it is repeated, or sometimes even we say never. That means it never happens. Okay. And then the interrogative adverbs. I told you the difference. Interrogative adverbs are different from interrogative adjectives. Okay, what you have to remember is interrogative adjective is used with the noun just before the noun, but interrogative adverbs are the question words that ask you question about an action, right? So this was all about the adverbs that we have done. Let's do some exercise to check how much you have grabbed. An adverb is a word that does not add to the meaning of. We know they add to the meaning of three things. Let's see what is not there. Does it add to the meaning of a verb? Yes. To an adjective? Yes, of course. To another adverb? Perfectly fine. So, a noun? No. That means this is your answer. Okay, then the words that tell you about a noun, what are they called? Perfect, they are called adjectives. We always go for a morning walk. The adverb always. What is this always? Manner, place, time, degree, frequency or interrogative. It's telling you how often. So this is frequency. Perfect. Which adverb is used to ask a question? Yes, you are right there. It's interrogative adverb. We can put an adverb of time dash of a sentence. Where can you put an adverb of time? We can put it in the beginning also if you have to lay emphasis. Like somebody asks you, can you just accompany me to market today? So you know that today you are very busy and you want to emphasize today. Time is very important. So how do you say? Today I am very busy. Right? So there you write in the beginning. But normally when you say I am busy today. So that comes in the end. So we can put an adverb of time in the middle, before the noun, in the beginning or in the end, or before the pronoun. Yes, in the beginning or in the end. A delegation from Japan visited our school yesterday. The adverb yesterday. What's that? Which adverb is it? Time. Perfect. That is an adverb of time. So that means you have understood the different kinds also very well. Circle the adverbs in these sentences and then write the kind also. So let's do one or two. Enough of practice now. I think you can do yourself. It rained yesterday. What's the adverb here? Good answer. That is yesterday. We have to circle them. And which kind is it? It's telling time. Perfect. So it is adverb of time. Next, the horses trotted briskly around the field. So what is the adverb here? Briskly. It is telling you how did the horses trot. And this is how. So adverb of, yes, you are right, adverb of manner. So I think the rest 4 sentences you can do yourself. Okay, I could hear a good yes sound from all of you. That's the confidence I see when you all reply like this. So this was all to learn about in adverbs in this session. So we'll be coming up with more interesting sessions in grammar. Till then, happy learning, children.